Welcome back, folks, to the DayZ adventure with me, Kirk. And where we left off, we had these interesting zombie characters who decided to climb to the top of a ladder. Now, climbing was a skill I wasn't aware that zombies actually had. Certainly, when I've been on roofs in the past, they've never managed to make their way up. So this took me a little bit by surprise, to say the least. So I loaded my Makarov and I'm thinking, let's wait for them to get to the top of the ladder. They can line up nicely. So I'm looking down, trying to spot how far they're along, and oh look, they've all made it to the top, having a nice old stretch after their climb. And I thought that would have got me a headshot, but no. So they seem to be just chilling at the top of the ladder, so I just take them out one by one with headshots, which, you know, that's turned out as good as I could have possibly hoped. No loot's down there of interest to me at this time. So just want to walk around the walkway so that I'm able to get to the little room that I spotted, and also the loot that I saw on the floor there at the bottom of the ladder. Just taking a peek outside, looks relatively clear, can't really see much going on out there, so I'm not too nervous at this point. I feel like I've cleared out the zombies that were a threat to me. You can see the nice mound of zombies gathering in the entranceway over there. Looks like a loading bay. So, checking out the loots, what have we got? Sadly, nothing that I'm interested in. G17 mag, another grenade for the grenade launcher of a weapon I've never acquired, and an MP5 mag. Again, nothing here that I'm really interested in, so a bit of a waste of time coming down there. But it gives me an opportunity just to take a peek, make sure no one else is coming in. And now it's time to head back up the ladder. So, it does get a bit weird this episode. It gets a little bit buggy, and I think for it gets amusing, but it's also a little annoying, I've got to say. I think it could be to do with the server that I was on. I've never really had this many problems before, so next time I'll try and make sure I get a better server. But it was in the same family of servers as the very first episode, which performed really fine for me. So the only thing here of interest is a smoke grenade. I've never actually used one in the game, so I'm just picking it up and thinking, you know what, it could be useful. I had heard from people that you can do things like throw empty bottles and it will attract zombies, so like the bottles of Jack Daniels that you see on the floor. Maybe that's a reason to pick them up. Not tried it yet myself, don't know if that's actually true, but it could be. So that item on the floor there, oh hello! Yeah, so this is our friend who is Shadow Wolf, and I didn't realise this at the time. So he's bleeding out since I shot him, and I'm just sort of wondering, is he okay? If he was going to shoot me, he probably would have shot back. And I'm talking to him on voice comms and trying to talk to him in direct communication. So zombies coming up, and I'm trying to defend him whilst he's bandaging, just to try and show, you know, sorry I shot you. Let's see if we can make this work. So as I was saying, the item on the left is actually a windshield from Autoglass, which is interesting. It's used for repairing cars, but I think it's one of those optional components that you don't need. So I'm trying to ask this guy, hey, look, are you friend or foe? Hello, and he's just running continually at the wall. Again, I think server lag affecting quite a few of us at the time. So I'm just trying to get my distance until I can establish some sort of communication with him. Lots and lots of empty cans here. And I found the other side of the barbed wire that I ran into previously. So you can actually climb over this with the letter V, and this guy does actually try and tell me, and we try and make some progress together. But it's difficult, I'll say that. So I'm just trying to find him again at the moment. You know, where's he gone? I shot him, sorry about that. As you can see there, I was looking at the fuel tank parts, which again are components to fix a car. So I'm saying to the guy, communicate to me. I didn't realise this was Shadow Wolf at the time. So I'm talking on voice and also indirect chat. And then I realised the guy saying, "How do I talk?" could be Shadow Wolf. So I start saying over the mic, "Are you Shadow Wolf?" And he confirms, "Yeah." So I explained to him the default key is caps lock to try and get some voice comms going. Now remember, there's lip sync in this. It's no avatar, but the mouth does move when somebody else is talking. So that is not him talking. That's just some other guy. So I'm watching him. Is he gonna get it to work? Again, you see the little mic symbol towards the center of the screen there. That shows that I'm talking to him. There he is. He's trying, but his mic is possibly the worst quality mic, and it's in a dustbin outside his house or something. I couldn't understand a word the guy was saying, especially with the environmental noise that was ongoing at the time. So I'm talking to him, and as I was saying, what I would like to try and do in the future is try and see if I can get my mic to record during the session. It should certainly be possible. I'm just trying to figure out a way that I can get it at the at a good quality.
Cannot fire.
So I'm adjusting with my audio options here to try and make sure when he talks I get the maximum possible volume on his voice, as it's so quiet. So I'm asking him, how the heck do you step over this thing? And he does keep answering me, but I cannot hear what he's saying. I don't know, did he say E? I'm just trying to figure it out, and I feel like a dunce for taking so long. But yeah, it's V, guys. And the fact that you can actually step over the barbed wire using V kind of makes it seem ineffective as a barricade.
Cannot fire.
Especially when it is completely useless against zombies as well. So I'm still struggling with this, but I do eventually figure it out. No, it's not Z. I thought you said E, and I'm like, what else sounds like Z? E. Z? The old American Z? Trying to get over this barbed wire, and yeah, it's pretty painful, but I figure out in a second. Because the default key for chat is caps lock, that's why when I go to type sometimes it's like, which key is it? Obviously not my intention. E, and here I go, I think I get it now. V, there you go. That was painful. Another few zombie customers, which Shadow Wolf is taking a shot at. So I'm trying to propose to this guy, hey, why don't we move out together and get along to the landing strip. So I try and slowly make my way, try and, you know, take the point. And yeah, interesting. Zombie on the roof just decides to walk off and kill himself. Now, a running zombie is a zombie to be concerned about. Here he comes, in the head. Kill headshots now 22, 63 zombie kills. So those bodies are still there, and I'm still missing my backpack. And I'm waiting for my new friend to come on out. He's obviously wants to check out what loot is available, and then I'm like, huh, there's my backpack. What the heck? How can I pick this up? I'm scrolling through the gear, and I'm just trying to see, you know, is there anywhere in this pile of bodies that I can loot which will allow me to get my backpack back? I'm like, what about this body? No. Can't see it. What about the one at the top? Looking through it, and there's a lot of stuff there, but no backpack. And I'm telling the guy, I've got this weird bug, I can't get my backpack, it was an awesome backpack, I lost it, this really sucks. And then I'm like, well, I have spent the best part of 1,000,000 years looking at this pile of bodies, I really would like to move. Hello, zombie. Another headshot. So I'm just interested in leaving. And I haven't clocked at this point that the backpack is missing.
Cannot fire.
So our new friend was able to acquire my old backpack. Excellent. I didn't realize this at the time. I'm just waiting to go. So I think he's trying to talk to me, but I really cannot hear him. And for a little while I really mess around with my audio settings to just give me the best chance possible to hear this guy. So he's still messing around with the bodies at the moment. Hello. Another friendly zombie down. So that sort of structure on the right there's a similar one in Electro, and I've come across before a situation where there's been a sniper in one of those sort of areas. As you can see, there's not really any walls on it, so it's very good in terms of he has a great field of view. And they've set up barbed wire at the bottom, so they make it difficult for people to come and obviously threaten their point. But you know, snipers really have the opportunity to own entire areas for the duration of their stay. But because of the hunger system and because of the thirst system, they can't stay there indefinitely. And there appears to be something stuck on your shoe, my friend. My old backpack. And I can... it looks like I can open the backpack, and I'm like, how has he got this backpack? And why is it stuck to his shoe? Now, you know, I kind of feel like I'm over losing it now, so it's more hilarious than anything else.
Cannot fire.
But it's really not the best bit.
Cannot fire.
So again, I'm adjusting the sound to try and hear this guy as best as possible. Again, I'm talking to him over a mic. I'm just trying to confirm. Let's stick together. There's a landing strip nearby. I want to go over to it and see what we can get. Looking at my backpack, and I'm like, yeah, there's my cokes still inside the backpack. So you can just about make out there that he has agreed to make our way over to the landing strip. And I'm like, great, let's just damn well leave this place. I am tired of it. And here comes another few zombies. This is the most irritating zombie infested area I've ever come across so far, and I am sure it will not be the last or the worst. Now Shadow Wolf's got the right idea here to get up onto the steps. I'm trying to run past him but can't, because zombies slow down when they get to steps or interiors. So great, it was a good call by him, and I decided to follow suit. So I shot that zombie in the head, but he's just gonna stroll on and carry on about his business. So I am keen to leave, as I have been for some time. Waiting for my friend with the backpack stuck on his shoe. So if you guys can hear him and understand him, I take my hat off to you, and feel free to translate in the comments, but I really could not make out what the heck this guy was saying. And the in-game comms in this game is not that bad. You definitely can make people out. It's nowhere near as bad as he sounds. So my vision there was shaky, so I'm just trying to take my painkillers. I'm also thirsty and hungry. Don't seem to, on the face of it, have anything to drink. So I'm a little bit worried about that. And then I think, huh, my old backpack. Let's see if I can, okay, lovely. I'll just take my cokes out of his backpack, which used to be my backpack that he stole. Which I don't know if that's something you could normally do, but I was in tears at this point because I could just imagine, you know, some survivors in the middle of a field. They've just met. One leans over and just takes a can of Coke discreetly out and has a good old drink. So yeah, it looks like I can still access my old backpack via him. Better than nothing, I suppose. But geez, but it would be interesting if you can get to the proximity of another survivor that you can just sort of dip your hand into their backpack and take their stuff. I don't know if that's possible, or if it's just the fact that the backpack obviously is bugged out and he's been able to pick it up, but I can still access it. If anybody knows the answer, then do let us know in the comments. So I'm just interested in getting to the airstrip as fast as possible. There is a small little village just south of the airstrip. So I can't see the guy.
Cannot fire.
So I think, screw it. Let's just put my audio back as it was. I don't like not hearing anything. He's disappeared. Can I really be bothered to wait for him? Not that I could hear him anyway, but here he comes. Hi, Shadow Wolf. I decided to just leave my audio settings as they are because I couldn't hear him anyway, and say okay. Don't know why he's taking so long. And he's stuck, running on the spot. I don't have the lag chain up right now, but I know from my current time on the server, it's definitely not one where people don't get lagged. As you can see in the chat there, a guy called Purple saying, "Why can't we move?" So either now or shortly after, I kind of give up waiting for him and just want to get to the airstrip. So this that you can see in front of me is the town. The name I can't remember, which is just south of the landing strip. Just taking a quick look, feeling impatient, not taking time to get my binoculars out and really spot for sure what threats are around. Checking over my shoulders. Has that guy turned up? cylinder. So I've attracted some attention. Taking a little bit more damage, and seeing that blood count dropping down from 1200. Now since the very beginning of our adventure it's down to 7555. Taking a little peek. Looks relatively safe. I'm also trying to just get some sight of the landing strip, see if there's any hangars or anything, just so I know I'm in the right place. And you can see it just to the right there. Well, you can see the hangar. So I'm asking here, so as you might remember from the first episode, I picked up a tent, and when you put this tent down you can use it to store items. So I'm trying to find out from these guys if the tents are sort of a persistent cross-server item, so that you can open up a tent somewhere discreet, fill it with stuff, and it'll be there when you come back, regardless of server, or is it something that's only on the server? The upshot of it is people weren't sure. And I know from reading forums that they're relatively glitchy anyway. Even if you reconnect to the same server, sometimes your items are missing. So in terms of tents, I wouldn't use them for any long-term storage, or even storage of things that are pretty irreplaceable or you value highly. So I can see the landing strip, which I've been wanting to get to for so long. The smart person right now would have taken some cover, got out their binoculars, and tried to spot any other survivors that might be in the area. But as this entire session I had been so impatient, I just did the stupid thing of really not taking the time to have a proper look. Just trying to briefly look using the right-click zoom feature to find some sort of a path that's kind of zombie-free towards the landing strip. Nothing is immediately obvious as I go near, but I'm starting to see lots of bodies. It looks like these are the military bodies, so not necessarily the bodies of players. Just taking a quick look up there at the control tower again. Can't see anyone. Not particularly worried. So I can hear some flies. I know there's a dead guy nearby. It's not this body. It's a player's body nearby. So the bodies of zombies don't have the whole fly buzzing thing. It's only the bodies of other survivors. So wanting to take my time, I think I remember reading that there might be some rare loot that can spawn on the bodies of military personnel. So hence why I'm sort of going over to them and just trying to see if there's any sort of gear option in the menu to reveal they might have something. A brief internet stutter here with the server. Don't believe it's on my end. As you can see in the bottom left hand corner, people struggling to be able to move. So it's definitely a military installation, lots of barbed wire and security up. I see that that's a building I can go in, so I thought, hey, let's take a little look in there before we get stuck into the meaty stuff. Great, so not a terrible amount of loot, but somehow I've attracted someone, so I try and get to the back. I'm getting attacked through the wall. Move as close to the desk as possible, and just wait it out. Wait for them to come. If they move in, they'll slow down. I can see other zombies being attracted from outside the fence. And hello. So deciding to pick up the chem light this time. Just waiting for him to clip through perfect so I can shoot him in the head. He's having trouble getting in. And then I'm like, crap, my gun, it's not got any ammo in. Reload. So it looks like I have 4 bullets per clip at this point. I've taken so much damage, my leg is now broken. I'm trying to roll over to get away from him. Again, out of ammo, need to reload. And eventually he goes down. So I think the way that ammo works is if you have in the past, say, shot twice and then reloaded, you've put in a clean magazine, but that magazine, which only has a couple of bullets in that you have used, you will eventually get to, which I think is what's happening here, because I'm pretty sure the Makarov has more than 4 bullets per round, per magazine. So it's quieting down a bit. I'm just trying to take what loot I can that's of value. I'm not bleeding, thankfully, but again, my blood has dropped even more. That little teardrop shape in the bottom right hand corner is going even more red. So I still can't see any reason to be afraid at this point. And then I get fired upon. I'm not too sure where from. I'm thinking up there. I try and stop to take a look, but you know, I don't have the time. I'm bleeding out. My vision has gone to crap because of that fact. I'm really low on blood now. Earlier I used some morphine to repair my broken leg, or at least help me manage with it. I'm not too sure how that works honestly, but morphine and really does fix a broken leg. So I'm trying to think, where did those shots come from? I really don't understand the best course of action. I'm trying to think about, you know, can I peek out and see him? But because I'm so knackered and I'm on my last legs, my vision is really, really terrible. So I'm thinking, smoke grenade. Can I use it? And I'm trying to right click it and it doesn't appear in my mouse wheel, so I don't think I can choose it as a weapon. And it's been so long since I've played Arma, I can't remember how I choose grenades for use. So I accidentally drop it, pick it up again, and okay, so what's happened now is I've passed out. So based on the kind of damage that you've taken, if you're losing blood and things like that, you will pass out for a limited time. So I've passed out. Doesn't help me you know, get my situation any better. For all I know, the person that was shooting at me could be coming towards me. For all they know, I could have bled out, you know, and they're like, great loots. Thankfully, they're not here yet. So I'm trying to figure out how to use this grenade, and I resort to asking people on the server. And it's an interesting group of people on the server, but I do eventually find out. So if you ever get in a situation where you are very low on blood, you can rectify the situation by getting a blood transfusion. I imagine you probably find them in hospitals most commonly. I've never come across one myself, but I do know that should you find one, you can't just use it. You actually need another player or another survivor to use the transfusion kit on you to get blood. So it's an interesting twist, you know, if you're at the point of needing that blood, you need to rely on and trust somebody else. So again, I have passed out before I've been able to make any progress. And it looks like I've found out that you tap F. So I press F, get the smoke grenade out, and I think, okay, let's throw it over to the right, and then I can run to the left and maybe get closer to this guy and shoot him. Not that it's going to be a very even match, what with my dodgy vision. So the smoke's going off, a little less effective than I was hoping, so I run as quickly as I can, hoping that I will not pass out towards the control tower. My belief at the time was that this guy was in the control tower. I mean, it's the perfect place to snipe people. So I have a quick look at this guy's gear. Not really anything interesting there. I decided to take a drink to see if it might help me just sort of stabilize a little bit. It doesn't really seem to have any effect though. I still have another smoke grenade in my backpack. I decided not to use it. So I get out my Makarov and I want to take a little look around the corner, and I think I see someone. Yep, I do, and I go to aim, and it's too late. He was waiting for me, he had the clear shot, and there we go. I am dead. And it was a not too short-lived, but kind of a short-lived life. And I'd like to think, to make myself feel better, that I would have done better had I not experienced some of the weird bugs and lost my backpack. Who knew who knows whatever happened to Shadow Wolf in the end. But thanks for watching, guys. Next time I'll have to respawn as a brand new survivor in a new random location from scratch, just like the first episode. So hope you enjoyed the first life of Kirk in DayZ, and I will see you next time.